Welcome to Hood Champion Boxing and Sports. In boxing, you find a way to win or you find a way to lose. Also in boxing, if you're not doing the business, you can find yourself becoming under attack by fans, other boxers, and even your own peers. Now, Malik Scott is being slammed. Of course, everyone knows Hood Champion. When it comes to Malik Scott and Deontay Wilder, I like their relationship as friends. It's very admirable. But as far as trainer-trainee relationship, that shit, coach to fighter, that everyone knows that I disapprove of it. I don't think Malik Scott's qualified, and I think Freaky Maliki has ruined Deontay Wilder. But hey, I'm not the only one who feels that way. Wilder has come out and said that people have told him to get rid of Malik Scott. Malik Scott has heard everyone out here champion for him to be alleviated of the position. But now you got trainers coming out here saying, look, he's got an abysmal track record, and he should not be on any job as far as training a fighter. Now, even I was like, God damn. But I'm like, damn, do I sound like that when I start going in on freaking Maliki? Because look. I understand when people ridicule Deontay Wilder and say he was never a fighter, he was a brawler. I don't agree with that, but I can understand why they say that. Because, he just had the big right hand. He had more than the big right hand. But even that shit is gone. And the reason why it's gone is because of Malik Scott. Malik Scott taught Wilder how to fight like Malik Scott. And that's no secret. But the bottom line is, the world is waiting because, pull up my chair. Deontay Wilder has announced that he's going to be returning to the ring. And Malik Scott has also come out and confirmed that Deontay Wilder is coming back. And what it sounds like is that the dynamic duo is going to be back in the ring together. And there are a lot of people who just don't agree with that. I mean, because when you look at Deontay Wilder, this man reigned, I think it was since Mike Tyson. It was Wilder, really, who kind of stepped into that position as one of, if not the most fearsome boxing puncher in the history of the sport. A lot of people were making that argument because of the way he was just obliterating people as soon as he connected. He held the WBC belt for several years. The man made, I think, 10, 11 defenses, something like that. And when you look at how he knocked out Stavern, he knocked out Brazil, knocked out Ortiz, whether you want to accept it or not, he knocked out Tyson Fury in that first fight. Tyson Fury was out cold. That was bullshit. But Wilder deserved that win. But the bottom line is, people are sitting here saying, what happened to that guy? Now, there is a rumor that he could be returning and possibly fight Tyson Fury a fourth time. But I think that trilogy with Tyson Fury just took a pound of flesh out of Wilder. I just don't. I think between that fight with Tyson Fury and Malik Scott being a yes man, Wilder took too much punishment. But he inflicted a lot of punishment on Tyson Fury. But between that shit, Tyson Fury taking a pound of flesh out of him, and Malik Scott being a horrible trainer, Deontay Wilder just hasn't looked the same. And particularly, I think, the way he lost those last two fights with Tyson Fury. But then he came back, he fought Helenius. See, nobody talks about this. They're just like, he knocked Helenius out one round. Nobody saw that shit. I think Wilder tried to throw a jab to the body. I think it was like the first attempt at a body shot Wilder threw. And he got his ass countered. And you saw him kind of frown his face like that. That shit didn't feel good. I was like, oh no. Wilder got caught by Helenius reaching in. And then I just think Wilder, when he landed that shot, on Hellenius, I just think the stars lined up. I don't think it was anything he set up. If you listen to Malik Scott, yeah, you see, Walter has never fought off the back foot. And see, those are things we've been working on. And it all came together. The stars really lined up. He baited him, he let him come to him, and then Walter fired off the back foot. And that's the shot we've been working on. That's the kill shot. And it's what you're seeing is there's a fundamental and incrementally Walter is improving. And what you're seeing is a systematic, and shut the fuck up with the big words already, Malik Scott. Cut it out, city slicker, with your fast talking ass. It's a deliberate effort to shut the fuck up. We don't want to hear that. All right? It's an asymmetric shut the fuck up. Walter lucky to get the fucking Hellenius out of there. I'll tell you that. But anyway, kind of blows him out. Then comes out here and almost gets his ass knocked out by Parker. Then comes back. Boy, he took that fight, fought Zhang and almost died. And it's Freaky Maliki, who has everything to do with all that bullshit. But hey, you got guys out here who are hearing that Walter's returning. And you got guys who are looking at Malik Scott and, in particular, a guy named Shane McGuigan, right? Now, Shane McGuigan has worked with world champions like Chris Billum-Smith and Lawrence Okoli. And he actually came out and spoke about Malik Scott, man, and questioning his credentials off the back. Now, Malik Scott got a big win with Gilberto Ramirez this past weekend, but it's just one of those things where he doesn't know why in the world Malik Scott is still out here with a job. You know what I'm saying? And I think because Malik Scott talks a lot. Even I recognize he talks too much. He needs to learn when to talk and when to listen. Like, he needs to learn to shut up. But, the guys are out there, man, and they're just saying, look, Deontay Wilder's going to be supposed to be more developed, and it's supposed to be doing things, shooting jabs to the body and doing all this and that, setting up the right hand. He said, but you haven't seen Wilder do anything Malik Scott said that he's trained to do. All you've seen Wilder do is deteriorate in the ring and get destroyed. And he's not lying. He's not lying. He's like, look, let's be real. It's his best shot as his 1-2 and snapping the jab out. And he never did any of that in any of his fights since he's been working with Malik Scott. And I think a lot of people are giving Malik Scott some credit for that third Fury fight and how Wilder looked pretty good. But even I said this. I was like, I don't give Malik Scott no credit for that third Wilder fight. Wilder was still fighting off of the shit he learned from Mark Breland and Jay Diaz. But Mark Breland, that Wilder that fought there, that was Mark Breland, who Wilder still had that in his system. And you just seen since that third Fury fight, you're seeing Malik Scott. So Malik Scott has, totally denatured the fucking the Mark Breland protein that was throughout Deontay Wilder's system. And now Wilder is out there and he's a product of Malik Scott. But anyway, this shit about coming back and what he's gonna do and if he's gonna be able to, set up the big right hand and the broken arm bullshit that you're hearing now, I don't know. But the bottom line is there are some of these other trainers and some of Malik Scott's peers who really don't want to hear anything from him because a lot of those guys really like Wilder. And they're looking, and I mean, you can see, like, he's not the same. Wilder might as well have been Mike Tyson against Jake Paul. You know what I'm saying? We're expecting to see something in there. But Mike Tyson, 58, we can understand how come Mike wasn't able, after the first, 20, 30 seconds in a huge ring, wasn't able to really catch up to the younger Jake Paul. We can understand, 58. Wilder, 38, 39, whatever. Wilder should have been able to get there and get his shots off. There ain't no excuse for that. The reason why that shit ain't happen is because he ain't put in the work like Mike Tyson did to get himself into shape. And Mike Tyson came off of a damn near-death experience with his health. Wilder ain't go through none of that shit. He got Malik Scott, and Malik Scott has been his downfall. And to me, man, I'm trying not to hate on him because maybe these guys are just mad at Malik Scott because Malik Scott is with Kate Abner, but anyway, the bottom line is since Deontay Wilder hooked up with Malik Scott, they haven't been able to win any fight uh, of merit, and I don't know if Wilder ever will as long as he stays with Malik Scott. But anyway, y'all keep cool, and it ain't just Shane McGuigan saying this shit. Everybody talks about that shit, and Malik Scott. When I hear them guys talk about him, he was just a sparring partner, C+ level fighter, and how you take a guy like that who you beat to train you. You're trying to say this guy has a boxing mind but couldn't do things physically. So now he's the mind and you're the body. And it's all hustle shit. If Malik Scott was trying to get some ass from Wilder, he would have went out there and popped his fucking cherry. He done went out there and smooth talked himself into a position. Anyway, man, y'all keep cool. Shout out to the veterans. I'm rooting for Wilder, but I'm just telling you, I don't think Wilder wins another big fight. I just don't think he does, man. And I think Malik Scott had everything to do with Deontay Wilder's current posture, but Father Time has a lot to do with. It's going to have a lot to do with Deontay Wilder not even being able to look less than stellar. He's going to look atrocious in his next fight. He looked less than stellar against Parker and Zhang. Now he's going to look atrocious. That's worse than less than stellar. Anyway, y'all keep cool. In the breeze.